God damn it. Hey, so like it's been a little while since I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm kind of out of the loop,
Uh-huh.
but like it's kind of ragging on me. I'm just wondering, is there like any new like products or anything cool that I could get for cheap? I don't know.
Generator's gonna get a reprint in Ghost Recon Pass 2. You can pick that up.
Well, is there anything that's like a little bit more concrete, a structure deck or something? I'm just looking for something cheap.
Branded, they got a structure deck and it's so good. Like, I think it's tier 1.
Really? What's it called?
Albaz Strike.
Elvis Strike.
Albaz Strike!
A sealed-only Yu-Gi-Oh! Challenge consists of only two strict rules. 1. You are restricted to buying only sealed official Yu-Gi-Oh! Products. And 2. You are given a limited budget with which you can choose your products. Before you, I unveil my first ever journey up the competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Ladder using only $50 per episode and only sealed product. We is back in Yu-Gi-Oh! Land, ladies and gentlemen. We have face cam. I didn't even notice where the camera was. Face cam technology, which is going to be a little bit wobbly because I haphazardly taped it to my monitor. Here we have the three structure decks that we're going to be using for this season, but we're doing things a bit differently this time. We're switching back to plain old sealed only with a $50 per week budget. We've also got this one pack of Dawn of Majesty. Each of these structure decks was $15, so $45, plus $4 for this pack. Now, realistically, actually, that pack was about 3 for $10, and I just put the other two packs aside. You know what I got in one of those other two packs? Yeah, branded opening. Unfortunate, but it happens. And then right afterwards, my friend went to buy me these sleeves right here. In order to meet the credit card minimum, he needed to buy about 2 packs. You know what he got out of those 2 packs? Something is telling me I shouldn't be doing this. But you know what? These are just gonna be put aside for when I eventually play the deck. Non-sealed only. It's good to be back. I've been busy. I'm right out of work. It is 2 a.m. I'm tired. Let's check out what's in these structure decks, right? Now, actually finding these was kind of a pain. But how have you guys been? It's been a while since my last video. I don't have anything to talk about, to be honest. I haven't been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my god. Why do these look so nice? It's the lighting. I think I got some like decent lighting for once. Now the fun part is, how do I open this? I definitely scratched the front of that card just to find this. And you know, just like last time, we're gonna go down a few important cards. We're gonna name them off and we're gonna read out their effects. Tri-Brigade Mercurier, of course. When your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a fusion monster that mentions Fountain of Albaz's material, you can send this card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard, negate that effect. If this card is banished, you can add from your deck to your hand one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that lists. This feels like a 3-of. Am I stupid? Right? Like, it does feel like a 3-of. I don't know how easily this deck can like banish this or use it. Springin's Kit. Ooh, I love Kit. If you have a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz on your side of the field or in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add to your hand one of your branded spell/traps that is banished or in your deck or graveyard, then place one card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. It's 2 a.m. Give me a break. I'm tired, okay? I just set this up. The Golden Sword Soul. I love seeing these two. I forgot their names. When a monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, negate that attack. Then if you control a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz's material, you can destroy the monster that declared the attack. If a monster is banished face up except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard, special summon one light spellcaster monster. I'm not going to be listing off all these, let's be honest here. Mirror Jade, okay. I have to list off this one because it's the boss monster. You can only control one Mirror Jade, blah blah blah. Once per turn, you can send one fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard that mentions Fallen of Albaz. Banish one monster on the field. Also, this card cannot use the effect next turn. If this fusion summon card leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls during the end phase of this turn. Oh my god, why do I have to read all of these out loud? If this card is fusion summon, you can discard one card, fusion summon one level 8 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck, except Lubellion, by shuffling fusion materials mentioned on it into the deck from your monsters on the field, graveyard, and or face-up banished cards. For the rest of this turn, this card cannot attack. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except fusion monsters. Branded Fusion, of course. Uses 2 monsters from the hand, deck, or field as fusion materials, locks you into fusion monsters. This is really good. This is a Verte card, to be honest. Branded Sword. Banish any number of branded spells / traps from your graveyard. Special summon that many Ice Blade tokens. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished monsters that is fallen of Albaz or mentions it, add that monster to your hand. Why are there so many new Albaz support cards? There's already so many. I'm tired. When a spell / trap or monster effect is activated, that includes any effect that special summons a monster. Okay, that's like too specific. It's just Solemn Warning. There we go. The main man himself, Fallen of Albaz, of course. Discard a card, fusion summon using either side of the field. Yep, that's the whole effect. Nice. Albion becomes Albaz. I'm pretty sure you do play this, and I'm pretty sure it discards itself. Whatever, might as well actually read and see what this does. Send one Albaz or branded spell / trap from your hand or deck to the graveyard, then apply that effect. If you send it from the hand, special summon this card. If you send it from the deck, place it on the bottom, then draw one card. Fleur-de-Lis. We can't really play this, so it doesn't really matter. It special summons itself if there's an extra deck monster on the field. Red MD, who knows? A Kaiju. Okay, we got Kaijus. Chaos Dragon, Levianeer. I feel like it's giving us a Chaos Engine that we can't really use. Radiant, that's a really good reprint, actually. Oh, my hands look like crap, Jesus Christ. Artifact Scythe, White Dragon Waver Buster, and of course Black Dragon. Starleech Seyfert, Keeper of Dragon Magic. Pretty sure Keeper of Dragon Magic is actually really good. This might be a 3-of. Discard a card, add one normal polymerization normal spell or fusion normal spell from your deck to your hand. You can reveal one fusion monster from your extra deck, special summon one of the fusion materials mentioned on that monster from your graveyard and face down defense. Okay. Summoner Monk. Ghost Ogre, that's a crazy reprint. I actually have a playset of Ghost Ogre and Ultra Rare. So since we're getting Ghost Ogre anyway, I'm probably going to replace it with those, let's be honest here. Veiler's a really big one. I think I also have that in Ultra Rare. I'll probably replace those. Rotor. Branded Lost, I think this is a good card. The activation of your cards and effects that include an effect that fusion summons a monster cannot be negated. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when a monster is fusion summoned this way. If you fusion summon a fusion monster, you can add one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that listed from your deck too. It's really good. What the hell? That's really, really good. Branded in White, of course. Fusion summon. You can also banish monsters from your graveyard as material. Branded Bond. Special summon one of your Fallen of Albaz that is banished or in your graveyard. Gold Sark. Pretty okay reprint. I'm not really sure. I guess you could play this just to get them recur your banished. Ooh. Extra baby. That's really good. That's actually really good. Since it's still early, I could probably play 3 of this and then 3 of each of the extra deck monsters, but I'm not sure which other ones come in here. I'm sure Titanic Clad and like some other ones. Called By, good 1-of, should be a 3-of. Dark Ruler no more because we've already got a side deck. Screams of the Branded, that looks really cool. Judgment of the Dragon, target 1 level 8 or 5. To be honest, these are a lot. If you wanted to know the other ones, you could just look them up. Back to the front, of course, so that we can side block our opponents. Warning Point, which is actually a pretty decent card. There can be only one. This might be interesting. I might side deck this card, but I'm not sure how well this deck works. V-Barrier, great side deck option. I actually have secret rares of that too, so there we go with another substitute. Waking the Dragon, I doubt I'll be playing that. Oh, and now we get into the fusion monsters, of course. Titanic Clad. Normally this is only used to actually just search a Dogmatica card, but I believe it's also used for OTKs. Brygrand. I haven't played this since I used to play, since the last season of Sealed Only. It does the same thing, but it searches Tri-Brigades. Sprint the Iron Dash Dragon. Albion the Branded Dragon. And, oh, I love these. The tokens, they're so nice. Tokens that have actual lore in the card text, that's so cool. Does his name refer to a past buried in darkness or to a bright future? That's really edgy. I love it. I'm probably going to be using these, to be honest. Ecclesia the Exiled as well. A pure white heart to be filled with many memories. With thoughts of coming days in mind, the girl gifts a name to the boy. Actually, now that I think about it, does that mean that she named him Albaz? Or does that mean that since he is the fallen of Albaz, he doesn't have a name? And Ecclesia is going to give him one. Tri-Brigade. Ready, aim. That's nice, that's nice. The Virtuous Vestals. Sometimes like a kind sister, sometimes like a strict teacher. The bond is always there, even while far apart. That's nice. Fleur-de-Lis, of course, looking very beautiful, as always. Ecclesia. And then, of course, Alibur the Dogmatic. Wow, this one's in really bad condition. You know, he's hot. Then again, he just does look like Albaz. A thing separated from the abyss. It mocked the light and deceived the darkness. And that is the entire structure deck. So what we're going to do here instead is, I'm not going to open these two right now. I'm just going to open the last pack that we got. And you know what? Let's see. We got this one pack of Dawn of Majesty. If anything good can come out of it, anything at all, I will be so happy. It's not even funny. Suship Shari. I'm not gonna pronounce that. Alien Stealth Buster, Flying Red Carb. Something good. Oh, we got an ultra rare. B Trooper Sting Lancer, of course. Of course, off screen, 4 packs are open, and 3 of those 4 are amazing cards that we can run. And in the last pack, we got B Trooper Sting Lancer. Okay. We didn't even get a single Despia common card in this. Well, I guess we could play B Trooper Despia. I don't know. I'm gonna pop open those packs, and I'm gonna get myself a nice. Wow, I brain farted completely there. 3 structure deck. And you know what? What better than using the inspiration from my channel, RevzCards. I believe he just actually uploaded a video like that. So let's see. It's so nice being a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I don't actually have to think for myself. I could just copy his deck completely. Also, to tell the truth, this is actually the only Yu-Gi-Oh deck that I currently own. And because of that, I have a bunch of excess staples that are just high rarity. So all of these are going to be going into the deck. Just to replace, of course, like the exact same cards that are already in the deck. But I just happen to have all of these cards. And you know what? We might as well play the shiny versions. Who knows? Alright guys, I'm gonna get to sleeving these cards right now, but I am gonna point this out real quick. If you are at all interested in, you know, how I've been hearing about why it's taken so long for, wow, I cannot get this pack of sleeves open. Why it's taken so long for me to upload a new video or anything like that. I'll save it all for the end, just so that you guys aren't gonna get bored while you're watching this. You're watching this for the action, you know, the duels. So hold off if you're interested until the very end. But real quick, I'm gonna sleeve these up and I'm gonna skip straight to the deck profile. Oh man, I'm absolutely ripping off RevzCards. Okay, and a couple of things. As much as I love Yu-Gi-Oh, one of my very obvious flaws that I know about myself is that I'm very, very bad at deck building. It's also been quite a while since I've actually played the game competitively. This video is, I mean, not this video, this deck is quite literally just taken straight from RevzCards' video. I usually net deck and then whatever I like and don't like, I just work on that. It happens, man. Please, if you want to see the deck before I show it, please go watch Rev's video because it's probably better that you give him the view over me. I'll link it in the description as well. Now as well for the main deck, I just want to say, oh man, this angle's completely destroyed. For the main deck, I use these Dragon Shield slate sleeves. For the extra deck, we're going to be using, I believe these are KMC white mats with a Mandala Palm Magician border oversleeves. I would have preferred to have some like art sleeves, but I think I ran out. So just in case you're wondering what kind of sleeves I'm using. KMC sleeves are okay, but I'm more of a fan of Dragon Shield. I just feel like they hug the card a little bit better, if you know what I mean. Now, we have the deck profile for the deck that I literally just took from another content creator. Please, for God's sake, like just go give that video a like. Like, I don't know what I'd do. Probably be using Ikoryons. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I love you. We're close. Everything like that. I just happen to have Revs is already in my feed, so I just clicked that one first. But okay, we're gonna go down the list. Let me clean this up a little bit. No, that still looks disgusting. So let's start off with a full playset of Springen's Kit, Tri-Brigade Mercurier, 2 of, a playset of Albion the Shrouded Dragon, and 2 copies of Albaz himself. Then we got a playset of Keeper of Dragon Magic, 1 copy of Artifact Scythe, a full playset of Effect Veiler. These are one of those cards that I just happen to have higher rarity copies, so I might as well rarity bump it. I hope you guys are okay with that. Another one is Ghost Ogre, of course, which I have German Ultras of. Then we've got, of course, our playset of Branded Fusion, our playset of Branded Lost, our playset of Pot of Extravagance, 1 copy of Gold Sarcophagus, and 1 copy of Called by the Grave. 1 Branded Retribution, 1 Branded Sword, 1 Judgment of the Branded, a playset of Warning Point, and a playset of Back to the Front to round out the main deck. For the side deck, which we're going to do before the extra deck, we've got a playset of Radiant, a playset of Thunder King, a playset of Secrets, because, you know, I gotta flex a little bit, a playset of Secrets, and a playset of There Can Be Only One. Of course, the other 2 were Dark Ruler No More and Dimensional Barrier, but, you know, I only own a few high rarity cards, so I just want to show them off a little bit. Now, of course, finally, we got the extra deck, a playset of Mirror Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon, a playset of Lubellion, the Searing Dragon, 3 copies of Albion, the Branded Dragon, 2 copies of Sprin, the Iron Dash Dragon, 2 copies of Titaniclad, the Ash Dragon, and of course, 2 copies of Brygran, the Glory Dragon. We also have in these same sleeves, of course, the tokens. but the inner sleeves are a little bit different, just so that we could differentiate a little bit. And of course, that is the deck. It's late, I'm tired, but you know what? We're gonna do a couple of test hands. I'm not gonna record them because who cares? And then tomorrow, hopefully, we get to see this deck in action. Anyway, let's do some test hands. Alright, so today we're heading to Gamer's Choice in Queens. You've seen it in Nim Nim videos. I believe Pac had a few streams there. Crush Cards, all those people. And for the most part, it's a really big locals. They have normally at least 40 to 50 people, just like small tournaments. While on the weekends, their tourneys can range from like 80 to 120 people. The goal today is not to actually win. That's going to be this Sunday, which is going to be the second part of this video. Today, we're just gonna be testing the deck out. I already did some test hands and the consistency is really good, but let's see how it actually functions in real gameplay against meta decks. He's hitching a ride, bro. You ever see the birds taking like the train?
Why do I gotta fly when I can just catch this Uber real quick? But they made like the fucking Meliodas versus Escanor fight. One, they animated it like ass. Two, it didn't last
Yo, that shit
long.
was so funny.
I was like, you gotta be.
That shit was
kidding
actually
me.
funny. Okay, Broly was a really good fucking movie. Alright, so we have officially reached Gamer's Choice. I'm ready to completely go fucking X3 drop, but today is just a test day anyway. We're not trying to win anything, but there is a tournament, so we get an OTS pack towards our deck. Maybe we'll get Ecclesia, who knows. Let's go. Ooh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see. Yo, 3 packs of burst, bro. Let's go. Where's the Starlight? Let's go.
No. V-Trooper.
Hey, V-Trooper Light Flapper. I pulled one of those. Secret. All right, let's go. Not Qinglong. Whatever it's called. Oh, that's really good. That's a good one.
Really?
Yep.
That's like $11.
All right, yo, Ray, you opening your pack, bro? Let's go, let's go. Ulti Ecclesia, Ulti Fusion Destiny, come on.
Just ulti Ecclesia. Fuck the Fusion Destiny.
Sector Pico Polina. Yo, you getting yours, bro? Come on, let's go. Let's see. Nope, not an ulti. Not an ulti. That's really good though. Yo, get me. Are you recording? All right, recording lost, but I pulled the dasher, which is pretty good, I guess. I do all of it. Who am I up against? Let's see. Where the fuck am I? I'm at table 1. Hey, I'm already at table 1, baby. Repair, baby. Straight to table fucking 20. Are you kidding me? Alright, I'm up against somebody who already looks like they're better than me. So,
No one knows. I don't really come often to play, so.
I still feel like I'm gonna get bodied, but alright, let's see how this goes. Okay.
Wait. Anything on resolution? Is there a battle phase?
Sure.
Black one, two,
On attack declaration, judgment branded.
what is up for?
Target a monster, destroy all monsters you control with attack less than or equal to it.
Alright, and now. Howdy. I'm gonna lose so bad.
Okay, so, really bad showing. Match 1, I don't even remember what I was up against. Oh yeah, Despia Albaz as well, with the Brave engine. And even when I scythe locked him, set up a bunch of negates, didn't matter. He just completely destroyed me. It was a really good match though. Really good back and forth. Good practice. Then, match 2, I was up against Monarchs, which
Best
was...
deck? Best deck?
Bro, literally not a single good play from this man. I hate to say it, but using Monarchs Stormforth 2 games in a row, and then having Domain of the Monarchs plus Vanity's Fiend, what do I do? Or Vanity's Rule, whichever one it is.
It's the funnest deck in the format.
I literally couldn't play the game. But, I mean, it happens. I'll maybe play one more round, but right now it's a 0-2 record. Okay, so finally done. Jesus Christ.
The flash, bro.
Yeah, the flash on the camera is a lot right now. But last game, I only played 3 rounds today. Against Virtual World, I won. The deck's actually really good, easy OTK potential, but for the most part, this was still just testing, which is why I'm okay with losing. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking tired. It's 8:30, and I went 3 rounds left. I'm pretty sure it was gonna be 7 rounds of Swiss, but I was already 1-2. I mean, I gave the guy the win before I left, but you know, it works pretty well. I'm actually pretty happy with how the deck is. We'll have to see moving forward because I do probably need to go into Dawn of Majesty, but let's cut into an actual tournament I'm gonna be playing this Sunday.
Big day Sunday. Let's
Oh
get
my
it.
god, bro! I'm gonna win that live twin mat. Let's go.
Then I'm gonna buy the live to win mat off. No,
Bet.
let's get it.
All right. Yeah, I'm currently on my way to King's Games. I don't have a cameraman with me. I just have my book bag here. King's Games is another locals that I actually frequent. It's literally a 15-minute walk from my house, but I'm driving over there because I'm lazy as hell. That's where we're going to be playing a tournament today. Today is actually Easter, so I don't know how many people are actually going to show up. It might be a 3-round tournament at most. But you know what? I'm not really going to complain. King's Games on average also has a lot less, I'll say a lot worse of a prize pool because of the fact that it's just mainly a pack per win about. And if you're in first place, you get to double your packs. But on the other hand, we get 2 OTS packs plus Dawn of Majesty packs per win. Even if you get a buy, you get a pack. So, you know, especially today, we actually have a regionals going on in Edison, New Jersey. So I expect there to only really be casual players today. So I genuinely believe we have a shot at getting first place at a locals, our first time officially using the deck. So let's get going. Finding parking in New York is never actually easy. You can see there's just cars lined up everywhere next to me. But you know where I managed to find parking? Literally right outside the store. So let's get going.
All right, recording.
We got our 2 OTS packs. I don't think there's an ulti in this one. We got Break Sword. I'm just gonna edit out whatever I don't need in there. No ulti in this one either. Unfortunate. Another Dasher. Okay, whatever. Now we got our other packs. Let's go, bro.
That's it.
Come on, get the ulti. If you get Ecclesia, it's mine, by the way. I'm stealing it from you.
Okay. Yeah, gotta get that time. This is not
Baby Sarasaurus. Outdotic token. Okay, that's what happens when you play Outdotic. a Totic token, and what do you got?
Not an ultimate.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, there's no fucking...
Match 1 is against head of the Legacy Crusaders himself, Benji. We end up going first because he never does, and get a solid hand, giving us Branded Retribution and Back to the Front set, with Artifact Scythe and Graveyard. This, combined with Mercurier in hand and Mirror Jade just completely glared out of view, gives us 4 interruptions. Our opponent starts by normal summoning Infernoid Decatron and using its effect to pitch one from the deck. We use our Mirror Jade to banish Decatron before it can copy the effect of what it pitched. Then we get met with the Infernoid Fusion spell. Since it's a continuous spell that requires sending itself to the graveyard as an ignition, we use Back to the Front to bring out Scythe and completely lock our opponent out of using it. During our turn, our opponent uses Void Feast, which we chain Retribution to, negating 3 possible bodies from coming out. We make another Mirror Jade and our opponent can't draw it out, giving us game 1. Game 2 and we go first again. Unfortunately, our hand is definitely less than playable, and even after using Extrav, we draw into Scythe and another Extrav. We stall out the game for as long as possible, but all 3 of our Mirror Jades get banished off of Extrav, and we never really draw anything that could let us play through our opponent's board, so we scoop it up. Game 3, we unfortunately have our Keeper of Dragon Magic negated, and our opponent sets up a monster and spell and trap negate with Decatrons. We make our Albion, but unfortunately get Infernoid Crowed, and we are unable to continue. We do manage to use Extrav to get into our Branded Fusion finally, but we end up being just 700 life points short for game, and get OTK'd the very next turn by Equimax, and then the double attacking Infernoid, losing match 1. Match 2 is against a buddy and coworker of mine, also playing Albaz Despia but at full power. He starts with Branded opening, pitching Tragedy to bring out Alibur, which we allow. When he eventually brings out Albion, we greet it with a Veiler which shuts that down, but he still continues with Nadir Servant, giving him another 2 interruptions. On our turn, we start with Extrav drawing Branded Loss and another Extrav, like usual, and we summon Keeper of Dragon Magic and discard Extrav. But it gets negated and we have no possible follow-up, so we just scoop up game 1. Game 2 we get a much better hand, giving us Mirror Jade, Mercurier, and Ghost Ogre as interruptions. Our opponent starts with Albaz to try to fuse off our Mirror Jade, and we Ghost Ogre the Albaz. He then makes DPE and we attempt to banish it with Mirror Jade. He responds by attempting to activate DPE, but then we chain Mercurier, which does not destroy what it negates, getting rid of DPE once and for all. The next turn we end up board flooding completely and getting the game. Game 3 is Mirror Jade, and 2 set, which does almost nothing because Mirror Jade was already used to set up Branded in red on our opponent's turn. We summon Albaz, which gets met with Super Poly into Draco Stapelia, so we pass turn and take a hit from a negated Alibur and a Guardian Chimera. We really stupidly use Albion instead of Lubellion after popping off in the next turn to attempt to banish Guardian Chimera, but it ends up not mattering. We have a Mercurier in hand and a Retribution in grave, so we negate Alibur with Mercurier and negate Branded in red with Branded Retribution, giving us our first official win of the series by locking our opponent out of the game. Unfortunately, match 3 was not really worth discussing because it just wasn't really interesting. We attempted to use Keeper of the Dragon Magic twice to fix our hand, and both times it got ashed. Then we just got met with the regular 10-minute Virtual World combo. I don't want to really dedicate too much time because I really barely got to play, but we do end up taking the L. Finally, match 4 we're up against Albaz Shadal, which is annoying. These games are actually super back and forth, with me setting up a strong board game 1 with a Scythe lock, then absolutely locking my opponent out of playing the game on the 3rd turn as well, taking game 1. Game 2 was a lot of back and forth as well, and explaining it all would be an absolute headache, but how it essentially ended was using Judgment of the Branded to nuke my opponent's entire board, then him banishing my Mirror Jade with his own Mirror Jade. He had an Albion hit grave though, so in the end he just added Branded Fusion to his hand, and my next top deck was Ghost Ogre, so that's an L for game 2. Game 3 was another back and forth one, but for the wrong reasons. I drew almost no playable cards, and so did my opponent. He normal summoned Ecclesia, which I Veilered, then he just kept swinging. 2 hits from Ecclesia and 1 more, just Ecclesia and Maximus got me to 2,000 life points, when I'd finally drawn Branded Fusion to finally play the game. And then, when I started to play the game properly, time was called and I ended up getting the L. Genuinely, I think I still would have lost no matter what, but I just hate losing to time, man. Our record, unfortunately, today was 1 win and 3 losses.
Alright, we got our 1 Dawn of Majesty pack. Hopefully we get the Alibur out of it. Dragon Lark. Okay. Wow, Tin Dangles, let's go!
So we've landed today with a 1 and 3 record. 2 fucking easy, 2 clean with it. And my only win was against like a $1,500 Albaz Despia deck. But actually really good deck. We didn't pull anything. We're trash. Off camera, of course, I pulled an Ecclesia and a branded opening out of like 6 packs. And my buddy holding the camera also pulled an Ecclesia and a branded in high spirits. So, yeah, this shit sucks.
Starter deck Despia better than the legit one.
Actually, it actually is like more consistent. Wendy's after losing, baby. It's like a reward, except I suck. Greasy food, just the way I like it. That looks actually dope. Alright, so let's talk about what we could do in terms of the deck, and then I can talk about my personal life and things like that and where I've been all this time. First of all, the deck itself. Obviously, it's really good. The only thing it's really missing is like some Despia cards. Honestly, I didn't know if I wanted to go the Despia route, but obviously Albaz is meant to be played with Despia, so might as well abuse it. This time around, we're going for an actually competitive build. Since regionals, YCSs, everything like that is back, we can actually go ahead and try to get into these events. I've almost never been to an actual serious Yu-Gi-Oh event, so being at a regionals might be really fun, who knows. So Dawn of Majesty is probably the first set that we're going to be hunting through. We're going to need branded opening, of course, all the fusion cards, Despians, and Alibur, which is getting a reprint very soon and goes from the past 2. But I don't know how good the pull rates in that are, and Dawn of Majesty is a really cheap set. So I'll see if it's actually better to maybe get the Secret Rare Alibur instead of the Ultra Rare. Aside from that, there's also Burst of Destiny, which contains Incredible Ecclesia, of course, a really good card that we could probably run 1 or 2 of if we pull it, as well as Masquerade, I believe, branded in red, and a few other cards, including one little tech option that I actually really love, branded in high spirits. Between the art and the name of the card, I just really like the card itself, so I kind of want to play one of them. There's also, of course, Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. We did pull a Dasher, and we're going to be getting a lot of OTS packs, so if we manage to pull the Fusion Destiny Ultimate, I'm not going to complain. I'll play the DP, the deck plays it, it's good. So I've actually got a bit of a plan right now. My locals just stocked the Nurse Dragon Maid Lost Art, which is going for about 20 bucks on eBay. If I can undercut that a little bit and sell it for about $15, that means the Dawn of Majesty box that I'm getting is going to be $65 minus $15 because that's a separate product. $50 for a box. This might sound like cheating, but let's be real here. I'm paying $50 for a box. That's how it works. It's like when some stores used to do $15 and you get an OTS pack with your purchase. Yeah, I'm buying 4 packs, but I get an OTS pack with it. That's 5 packs. Look, you can call it cheating, but in the end, it's still sealed only. I'm gonna be opening the same packs either way, it's just gonna be taking longer. Anyway, a few things. So first of all, personal life. I've been focusing on myself a lot. Obviously, I had that segment at the beginning. Compared to when I first started sealed only, I'm working right now, I'm going to the gym, I'm living a much healthier life, I want to say. You can definitely... I hope there's a little something for at least the video's sake. I don't know if you could actually see this. And as well, I actually work a lot of closing shifts at my job, and even when I open, a lot of the time I'll open, go to the gym, hang out with some friends, do something. I don't have the time to be doing that. I would rather spend some time recording these videos, take the time, make it look good. This video, for example, was recorded over the course of 3 days, and I genuinely actually like how it came out. And there's a lot more just interaction. I don't feel like I'm just talking to, you know, a camera. I'm recording myself playing with other people. It's really fun. I'm having a lot of fun now with Yu-Gi-Oh! Especially after a really stale format. So, there's no guarantee on when these videos are going to be coming out. I'm taking the time to edit them. I want to make them look as good as possible. And some of these videos might come out 2 weeks between each other. Some of them might come out a month between each other. But I'm not going to be shirking on how much effort I put into it. As well as some of these videos might have multiple locals in them. Like, of course, this one had me going to Gamer's Choice one day and King's Games another day. Alongside that, we also have a bit of a situation with how I want to conduct this season compared to, well, this series, because this isn't the same challenge as before. I'm not going to be selling cards in order to fund this series. On the other hand, this is going to be a strict sealed only. That's it. I'm still going to be probably calling it Yu-Gi-Oh! Restart because it still fits the title. And of course, the name for this series is Fusion Force. For some reason, I keep thinking of Bakugan when I say that. Is there a Bakugan series called Bakugan Fusion Force? Well, either way, I'm being a bit more strict on regular sealed only. I'm going to be going out of my way to try to find good deals. No reselling anymore. I'm treating tax and shipping as well as part of the price of it, which is why I've been going to a different locals compared to usual, because this place does not charge tax. And I used to actually cover the tax and shipping out of pocket, and of course I feel like now at this point that was cheating. I don't know. Either way, that's all I've really got to say. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this series. I'm going to be putting a lot more effort into it. I think it might be a little bit more long-standing. I think it's going to be taking a lot longer for me to progress, because as I said before, I'm trying to actually reach a higher level of competitive play. I'm going to be attending regionals, I'm going to be trying for YCSs, I'm going to be trying to top with a sealed only deck. And I don't have a crew, I don't have an editor. I'm doing all this on my own. I'm not saying that I want somebody to edit for me, because I don't have the money and I wouldn't want somebody to work for free, obviously. But just be patient. I hope these videos come out pretty well, and I hope that you enjoy it. I have no crew. I don't even have like a real camera. This is just my phone. I just have a deck, and I'm trying to put my heart into it. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Maybe subscribe if you want to see a little bit more. I will be making more of these. Have a great day and or night, and goodbye.